Hello everyone, my name's Kelsey Lee and I'm here at the FirstGlance Film Festival. Today I have Teresa with me. And Teresa, could you tell us a little bit about your project, Keiko?
Yes, my name is Teresa Demarest, and I met Keiko many years ago at the Oregon Coast Aquarium during a recovery from cancer. And Keiko was very ill, and I was very ill, and he inspired me to write some music. I was a musician at the time, and it developed into a Keiko's Dream Tour, where we did a tour about Keiko. And then when Keiko died, Mark Berman from the Free Willy Keiko Foundation asked me to do a music video, and so I did a 5-minute music video, and it wasn't enough, so let's make it 10 minutes. Right. Okay, that wasn't enough. We weren't really doing it. Yeah. Now we have an hour-and-a-half film, and we have filmed in Iceland, Canada, all over the world to bring this story that has never been told about Keiko's life. If you were to ask the average person what happened to Keiko after he left the Oregon Coast Aquarium, most people would say either I don't know or he died. And what we did was tell his whole story from the time he was a baby until he died, including the 5 years that he lived in Iceland, which was extraordinary. The only thing that has really been reported mostly about Keiko's life in Iceland and Norway is a misinterpretation of his behaviors. And we try to get that clarified in the film.
And a misinterpretation of his behaviors, could you expound just a bit?
Most people, in fact, we got into it with a guy on Facebook today.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's okay because it brings out a lot of emotions with people.
Yeah.
And so some people say, well, they took this poor orca, this poor captive orca, and threw him out into the ocean and just left him there. And Keiko was filmed a lot of times just, being curious about people in Norway without really explaining what happened or why he was doing what he was doing. And then they made constructions of what that meant. And so we kind of clarify all of that in the film.
That's really cool.
In the end, we succeeded, and Keiko was a success story because he went to the wild. He joined wild orcas constantly while he was in Iceland. When he went to Norway, which was a 1,000-mile journey, he went with a wild orca pod, traveling, eating on the way. He was feeding himself, which is unheard of this whale who had been captured at 2 from his mother's side, very brutally captured by this aquarium industry. This aquarium industry has to change.
Yep.
Okay, no more captures from the wild. Phase out having live dolphins in captivity, and the only way to pressure that is to see that people have to see movies such as this one, so that they can learn the true story about Keiko as a success, despite the fact the industry will tell you something different. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we want that to change. The only way to make it change is if people don't buy tickets to go see these dolphins doing these circus tricks. That'll make it change, along with a film like this.
Right.
One of the things that I try to do, Mark is very involved in the activist part of the industry and with the Free Willy Keiko Foundation and the Earth Island Institute. But what I was a fan of Keiko. And so what I tried to do was follow Keiko.
Yeah.
And I take people following just Keiko all the way through. And I felt that if I just followed Keiko, and as Keiko bumped into things, then we would explore that. And then move on and follow what Keiko was doing, so that the audience would come to their own conclusions. And early on, audiences were asking, well, what's your bias? You need to tell us what your bias is. And as a filmmaker, I was really happy about those kinds of questions because the initial audiences didn't understand what my bias was and didn't understand that. And so that's what I'm hoping, that people will come to this with a clean heart and a clean mind, and that I haven't told them what to think, and I just have them follow Keiko, which is what I did. We just took them on that path, so that at the end of the movie, the audience will come to their own conclusion. And I tried very hard not to say anything and say what my bias was. I only want them to follow Keiko.
Absolutely. The truth will speak for itself, right?
I hope so.
I think a good reminder with this is that beyond the film and behind the production, there's real people and there's real animals in this case. And so this is just a really good encouragement that oftentimes we should consider those things.
Basically, the movie Free Willy came true in the end.
Yep.
The actual whale went free. That's the bottom line.
Yep. Well, you guys have been very successful in this endeavor, and I think we're really excited for you here at First Glance.
Well, thank you.
Thank
you. We're very honored to be here.
Well, thank you. Is there anything that you want to say about First Glance Film Festival and your experience so far?
Oh, it's been wonderful. First of all, we're from the Pacific Northwest, so it's very cold. As you can see, I'm dressed for the cold.
Yeah, Northwest is a little chilly this time of year.
So it's really nice. But Bill Ostroff and all of his staff, Ty, everyone, they've just been really wonderful to us. And we feel very honored to be here.
Yeah. And I'm from the Earth Island Institute and the Free Willy Keiko Foundation. We're based in Berkeley, California.
Okay.
So people can visit our websites.
And what is your website that they can visit?
Keiko.com and earthisland.org.
Perfect.
And then the movie website is KeikoTheUntoldStory.com.
KeikoTheUntoldStory.com. We would like everybody that's watching this to check that out, and we would love your support.